What's going on, everybody? Thanks for clicking the play button and coming and checking out what I got going on. Today's video that I'm going to be starting is just pretty much another not how-to video. It's just going to be kind of like a little documentary of a gift that I'm sending to a friend. And good old Jim T's getting ready to get a pouch similar to the one that I've made for myself, and also another good friend of mine, 51 Foxy, I had sent him one. I'm basically gonna send Jim the base model just like I make it here. So gonna make something like this for you, Jim, and we'll get everything going, so stay with me. Alright, so I'm back, and so what I have here, I can't stress enough, folks, my girlfriend's going to kill me over this, but this is one of her antique baking dishes that she has here, and it just so happens to be this is what I'm going to form this pouch around. So I guess if you was doing this type of project, you know, any kind of smooth dish, something that doesn't have the lipped edge, you know, or any obstructive area on the bottom to where your leather could form ill over it is the best. But there's a lot of videos on how to wet form stuff. I definitely do this the hard way because I don't have one of them fancy staplers or like a big piece of wood that I can bring in my apartment to wet form the leather over, staple it all down and all that. So I'm going to be upfront and honest. Once I cut my leather and I soak it in the bathroom sink in some warm water until all the air bubbles come out, I'm going to cut a piece that's big enough to form over this with some excess that comes out on the edge. It might be sloppy. The main thing is I'm trying to, since this is a round dish, I want the leather to start high in the arch. That way when I make my back panel that folds over, there's still a little bit of waterproof protection from the leather covering up this little odd wraparound part here, so it'd be round into a squared cover, so it'd keep water from running down into the edge. So like I said, I'm going to wet a piece of leather, and I'm pretty much going to hand form this. This takes a long time. I know it's a sucky way of doing it, but it's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the leather wet, form it over this, and I'm going to kind of work it with my hands and just kind of move it like clay until I can kind of get everything for the most part down against the edge. And I'm just going to sit here and hold it for a while, and then I'm going to take it and put it in the oven on a real low temperature. Once I set up the oven, I'll tell you what that temperature is that I'm using to dry it out a little bit over a time. I'm going to take it back out, lay it over this, and kind of smush it around with my hands. So there are way better videos on this. I recommend you to check out the proper way. If you got the board and the fancy stapler and all that, that's probably going to be your best bet. This is definitely the crappy way to do it, but all I got's time, so bear with me, and I'll get some leather wrapped around this and start the process of just holding it. And I'm not going to video that, obviously. That's silly, so we'll be back. Okay, folks. This right here is what I was talking about. I wetted and soaked a piece of leather, and now I'm starting my initial stages of forming this. And like I said, I just kind of use my hands and I go a little bit at a time. It's way easier if you have a piece of wood or something that you can staple this around and kind of work it, but like I said before, I don't have all that for here in the apartment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend a little bit of time going around this thing with my hands and holding it and kind of moving my thumbs and using my palm to kind of smoothen it. You know, I can't say, you know, make sure you got clean hands and all that, but I'm just going to kind of go around this thing and start to get it where it's forming over that, and we'll be back. Sorry for the phone call too. Yeah, alright folks, so I'm back after, sorry for the camera all moving around, I didn't have this set up right. So I've been forming around it. As you can see, I've cut a couple of slits around the work to kind of help it form a little better. And this is just kind of the roughing in stage of getting everything going. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put my oven on about 120, maybe just an even 100, and I'm going to set this on a cooking tray in the top rack of the oven to where it's not too close to the element. I'm going to start to dry this out just a little bit, not to the point where it dries it all the way out. This is like 5-10 minutes at a time. So I'm going to have it in there for about maybe 7 minutes. I'm going to take it out, put it back over this bowl, and then try to chop around it some more, make sure everything starts tucking up and kind of tightening. With this one, I'm leaving a little bit of a gap here just so there's a little more room getting in and out of this, so kind of adjusting it out a little bit. But there's this so far, so we'll be back after a little bit of a dry out session and start trimming the edges and squaring up the corners of the top of the pouch. So stick with me. Alright, everybody, the leather's just come out of the oven. I've had it in there 2 different times. I went 7 minutes at 120-ish. It might be a little shy of 120. Heated it up for like 7 minutes, took it out, put it back on this, molding around it more with my fingers, and as you can see, it's starting to stiffen up a little bit, giving us more of a nice rounded appearance and everything. It's starting to get a little bit more, you know, prestigious looking, I guess is what you would call it. This leather does have a little bit of texture to it on this side right here in the fold. I really liked this piece. I don't know if I can get it in the light. This particular piece had kind of like this like skin look here, and then there was a natural wrinkle in the skin down here in this bottom part. I just thought that with the two-tone and my antiquing stain that I'm going to put on this piece here, to just give it a little bit more character. And then of course the fold down with all the tooled area. Hopefully I can find another piece on this side that I got that has a similar look to this. That way when the fold over comes, whatever doesn't get tooled can match up into that, just for a little decoration with the texture of the leather. I probably got about another 12 to 15 minutes worth of dry time on this that I'm going to put back in the oven and just keep kind of go through. But as you can see, this is starting to get pretty stiff on here. You can see how nice everything's just contoured, and like I said, this is all just from doing it with my hands and holding it, you know, and kind of going around and just pinching and feeling where it needs a little bit more stretching and all that stuff. So let me not bore you with all that. We're gonna jump this thing back in the oven and heat it up like some pizza rolls and see if we don't get a nice product. We'll be back. Alright folks, quick intermission in the middle of working on this little pouch. I still got it in the oven for the last little bit so it can dry out, but I got another topic, and recently I broke the 100 subscriber mark, and that is freaking awesome, you guys. I really appreciate all of you know, your support. But I got an idea for a giveaway, and those of you that keep up with my channel may recognize this particular Altoids pouch. I did a slideshow on this. You know, I know slideshows are boring. If you've seen this and you recognize it, I really appreciate that. But what I'm going to do is, this is up for a giveaway, and what I'm wanting to do with this pouch is, I'm not trying to gain any subscribers from this or anything like that. This is pretty much for the subscribers that I have now, people that have made it this far in my video to even catch this little part. I'm kind of hiding this in, and I'm not even going to like post it in the description. But what I want to do with this is, basically, it's a thank you and a giveaway, but the catch is with this particular giveaway is this isn't for your own gain. This particular piece, I want you to maybe pick out from your subscribers or people that are up and coming in the bushcraft and camping community to get this gift. So what I want you to do is, if you see this part of the video, all you got to do is type in at the bottom, I'm in, or, you know, thumbs up, or type something, you know, followed by the person's screen name that you're wanting to gift this thing to or try to win it for. That way, you know, I can check out some new people's videos and see what other up-and-comers are doing. So, like I said, you guys, if this sounds good, you know, I'll take care of the postage to send it to you, and then it's up to you to send it to your subscriber. That way there's not any weird things with juggling people's addresses or anything like that. But if you look at this pouch, it's all hand tooled. It's got the 3-part harness system, and I hooked this up with all my sheaths, all my pouches and everything. Basically, this is designed to where you can put a neck or a shoulder strap on it, run another piece of string off to a belt loop clip, and you can wear it on your side or whatever. I'm not much of a belt guy. I'm a fat boy, so I make everything to where you can either strap it on that the way that I just described or hook it to a pouch. And what this is for is a double Altoids can. One is a fire kit, one is a fishing kit. These are just blank duds. There's nothing in these right now. But I will be putting some gear in there. So if you guys want to leave a comment, just let me know that you're in and you're down to do this giveaway. And like I said, I really hope that if, you know, when I randomly draw the person's name that won this pouch, I really hope that you actually send it as a gift. Like I said, I'll cover all the cost of sending it to you, the winner. And then if you accept this, you'll be responsible for sending it to your subscriber. So let's try to get a new person in this community a little gift. So let me know what you think, and here it is. It does have initials on this particular pouch. This is my God-given mark. So that's kind of like the little hallmark of the particular piece. I don't have the money to buy a fancy stamp that has, you know, my little logos, but nice little pouch, double stitched, waterproofed, with the Aussie wax, you know. It is what it is. So let me know what you guys think. Alright, one thing that I forgot, folks, real quick, the end date for putting in your subscribers' channel names and the response of your end for the giveaway will be done December 21st. So on December 21st, which is a few weeks away, so most of you should see this by then, I would hope, or you just hate my channel. Just kidding. But then I'll do the random drawing. So thanks again, you guys, and I'm sorry I forgot about that part. And back to the video. And we're back now. The leather's finally made its way out of the oven, and as you can see here, it's got a little bit of temper to it. You know, it's hardened up. Everything's really nice, secure. You can push on it. Still has a tiny bit of drying left to do, but I'm going to let that finish up naturally. That's going to be the end of this video. On the next video, I'm going to get this camera up here. On the top edges, I'm going to true up the corners here to where they got a nice flat 90. As you can see, I had marked with a pen over here that left a little mark in where I needed some of the areas, so thank goodness I'm going to be able to trim that out, and then my stitch run's going to start just below that. Sorry about the bad shadow, I got the light hooked up funky, but it's the end of this one. We got the base part, Jim's new pouch hooked up, and we'll be working on it some more tomorrow. And as I say in all my videos, I love you guys. Everybody do something fun today.